All right, this is for Browning T-Bolt on Fun Day Gun Day. We're going to do the trigger because it's quite heavy. I've already done it, but we're going to show how we did it. All right, so we'll take out the bolt. There we go. And flip it over. And then we'll take the stock off now. These originally come and I think they're like 4 pounds. Lucky if you can get to 3.5. But now we've got them down to a little over 2 pounds. Some down to 2. Okay, and when you take these off, there's a front and back bolt. I think you always check the measurements. Some are the same, some aren't. Check them, and they're the same, so you don't have to worry about mixing them up. Okay, now we got to separate the stock. Trouble, but there you go. There. Now we will lay it down. Get this out of the way. And there. Now we'll lay it on a towel, and if anything falls out, it'll just stay on the towel. And here now, that sticker, now the warranty is now void once you pull that off. All right. Okay, now we'll take the trigger assembly off so we can do this. Towel's always good, that way nothing rolls off the bench. Okay, and it just slides backwards, if I remember right. No, forward. Okay, and here's the bolt. Okay. Now, as you're going, take pictures so you can always know how it went together. All right, there's 3 little tabs here, and you have to push them in. So push them in and push out a little. Push in. And where's the last one here? Okay. This side here comes off. I got this last one to get. Why is it not wanting to? Oh, there we go. All right, now we'll flip it over. And there. Now, as you're doing this, take pictures so you know how everything goes back together in case you forget, and lay everything out in order. All right. So where's my needle nose pliers? All right, now this is the spring. And I've already done this trigger, but I just demonstrations I'll show you. So this is how you adjust the weight, but you can turn them out all the way and it don't matter. This is where it comes through. And this is the spring here that pushes the weight to it. And when you're filing out, there was a lawyer, they call it the lawyer shelf. It goes from this piece here and goes down. So there would normally be plastic here. And I took it out. That way the spring can go down. But when you're doing this, look at the spring here. It isn't always at a 90 degree here. And if you're not careful and don't take enough plastic out of the back part, it'll touch back here and the spring will stay up higher than it should be and the trigger will never get lighter. So that you have to watch this spring. And if it's not at a perfect 90 degrees, you got to take a little more plastic off back here, and that way it'll come down. If not, it just won't work doing all this work for it. So that's the thing to watch for. So we'll start taking it apart now and lay everything out in order. So we'll take the spring off here. Okay, set that here. Now we'll pull one. These pins just slide out. Some are a little harder than others. There we go. Okay, there's one off to this side. Oh, this little bar don't want to come. There we go. Okay, pins are all the same, but I still just lay them all in order. Okay, this one. There. Now you'll have one here for the safety as well. So we'll lay that out over here. And watch this spring. This spring has to come out. That's for your safety. So there. And now this should all just come right out. It's not hard to do. Oh, this has to come out. For the safety. Just lay everything out in order, then you'll know where it goes back in. Okay. I'm just trying to keep it all together. Now, okay, this is the shear, I think is what they call it. Very important to do this. Where's my sandpaper? Okay, this is very important here. This should be as smooth as you can get it. Because what happens is, that's where a lot of the weight issue comes from for your trigger pull. If you take your fingernail and go along there, you'll feel it's really rough. Just jagged little edges, but it's hard to see, but if you take your fingernail and go like that, you can feel it. So you want some very, very fine sandpaper, and do not keep these edges square as you can. Just hold it straight up and down, and that's all you do, is like that. It doesn't take much, and that gets it really smooth, and that'll really help with the trigger weight. Okay, now we'll come back to here. We'll lay this down. And now, how I did the lawyer shelf here, I used Dremel. And just with a little tip like that is all I did. And you can push this in a vise or whatever, and you just get in here and go very slow. Take your time. And like the set screw here, you can unscrew that all the way, and you can grind it right down till you hit the brass insert. And make sure you get in here far enough, and you just clean that out and get rid of the lawyer shelf. And that way it'll drop this extra distance from here down to here. And that's what it does. And that's all you need to do, really. But just be very slow, take your time with the Dremel so you don't have any mistakes. And then you start putting things back together. That's all it is to it. So it's not really hard to do. Now I kept everything together. Okay, here this hooks into down here. So we'll put it back together. Oh. These are always a treat to do. Oh, this looks bad. Oh, going on the wrong side. Oh, just got to be patient. They do go together. There we go. There. Get those holes lined up. See, everything goes. And now we go get it into here. And we'll get the shear back in. Okay. There. It's not hard to do. It just looks a little funny, that's all. Okay. Now we'll move this back into place. There. So that pin can go in. There's one pin. Now, this pin here, you'll have to do a little jiggling. Oh, got lucky. It's partway in. Just gotta find the other side. There. There we go. And the top pin goes right in here. There. And now the safety catch goes in there. All right, so we got all our pins in. Now we got to get the spring back in. So kind of put your hand over there so in case it wants to fly, it doesn't get away on you. Wrong way. Go this way. There, point. Oh, that's why. There. And the only thing left is this. There. And it should be ready to go back together. Now the lid. I said when you pull that sticker off, warranty is void, but there isn't really much warranty anyways. There. Now we're good to go back together. So now we have this catch. There's right here, so that goes in here. There. And where's our... Oh, here we go. There. And that's it. All right, now we'll put everything back together and see how it works. There. There you go. Okay, so both bolts are the same length, so it doesn't matter where you put them. Just get them started. Just start tightening. And then you go back and forth, each one tighten a little bit at a time. You don't want to just crank one real tight and then start on the other. Okay, now we can put it in the holder here. I put it like 15 or 16 pounds. I think that's more than tight enough. I've had 2 of my guns come with those bolts being loose, and that caused some issues with feeding. So just make sure you got them, that they come tight enough. Okay, there we go. Now we'll flip it over. Put the bolt in. This is a lefty. Okay. Nope. Okay, set it in. And we're clear.
Yes.
Okay, set it in here. All right. Now we'll put in a blank cartridge. They say you're not supposed to dry fire it, so it's funny. It's a left-handed bolt, but it ejects on the right-hand side. Kind of strange. Okay. Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, it'll go.
What? No.
All right, they had a bad blank there, so we got another one. So he's just loading it up so you don't dry fire it. They say not to. Okay. There. Now we'll test it and see how the trigger works. There. All right, load it up again. And we'll do a trigger pull. All right, now we're going to do a trigger pull on it. Just put it to 0 and see what it is. Ooh, that is under 2 pounds. Wow, it got even better than it was before. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay. Yeah, pretty close. 1 pound, 12 ounces. And that is what really helps is when you polish that shear really smooth. And it doesn't take much, just get it smooth and it changes the trigger completely. It makes it a real nice gun to shoot.
I never reloaded it.
So this is another fun day gun day. We'll do one more. And it definitely works doing this. Oh, see, there we go. Very good. So it's not a hard job to do, but just take your time and it all works. Very good. Thank you. Bye-bye. Huh?